Hey, is Paul awake yet?
Not yet. We're still waiting to hear the extent of his injuries.
So sorry. Wait, do you want me to come to the hospital and keep you company?
Thank you for offering, but I think it's better if you don't. I'll call you as soon as I hear any news.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Sonny.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey. Hey.
What's the word on Paul?
Nothing yet. Just got off the phone with Will.
Okay. You still at the hospital?
Yeah, he's gonna call me when there's news.
I mean, Gabby said that Will remembers... Well, he remembers everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's the old Will again.
Ari's over the moon, obviously.
Well, yeah, we all are, you know? I'd almost given up hope that anything could ever happen, and then Will was at the wedding, and something just triggered. I don't know.
Just like that?
Just like, yeah. And when he got his memory back, he also got the feelings back.
For you?
Yes. Oh. Right. Not only does he remember being in love with me, but he realizes that he still is.
John, I'm so happy for you. I know you've been waiting for that for so long.
Thanks, man.
What about Paul, though?
Oh, you know, Will cares about him. We both do. And he doesn't want to hurt him.
So Paul doesn't know?
No, Will wanted to tell him. He called Paul, and that's when Brady answered and told him about Paul's injuries.
That was bad timing.
Yeah, you can say that again. I just don't know what to feel right now because I'm so happy for me and Will, but then I am terrified for Paul.
Hey, how's Marlene? She's stable, but right now I'm more interested in hearing about you. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, I guess you heard me say
that you were in love with Sonny, yeah?
Yeah,
I heard that.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
How long has it been going on, Will?
Well, I mean, nothing has been going on yet.
Yeah.
Yes, because, I mean, this all happened so fast. I was at the wedding, and I was watching my grandmother and John exchange their vows, and then suddenly I was remembering my wedding.
You were
to Sonny.
Remembering.
Yeah, and then it opened up the floodgates, and everything started, rushing back.
I mean, you remember it just came back. I mean, all of it? All of it?
Yes. And then that made me remember, how much I love Sonny. And how much I still love Sonny.
It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you. You got your memory back. But what does that mean, exactly?
It means that Sonny and I have decided that we want to be together again.
That must also mean that you've decided to throw Paul aside like a piece of trash then. Oh,
Brady, I mean, you gotta know I feel horrible about this because I love Paul.
Well, he certainly thinks you do.
And I care so much about him, and I'll always be grateful for the time we spent together. But I gotta be honest with him now. Because I am in love with Sonny.
Well, do you have any idea what Paul has just been through?
Yes, you don't need to tell me that. I know he's the bravest, kindest person I've ever met.
Yet you still feel comfortable dumping him as soon as he opens his eyes. You think he deserves that? Do you? Are you worried that what's going on with Paul is going to change things for you and Will?
I don't know. I feel wrong to even think about talking about that.
Well, I mean, everybody's worried about Paul, but it's okay to ask the question. It's your future.
Of course I'm worried. I mean, Will and I just found our way back to each other.
You know, Will feel guilty.
No, we both feel guilty a little bit. I mean, we have put Paul through so much. He doesn't deserve any of that. When Will got back, I left him. I broke off our engagement, and I broke Paul's heart. And now Will's about to do it again.
Will cares about Paul. He's not going to do anything until he knows he's strong enough to handle it, you know?
But we don't know when that's going to be.
So then you just take it day by day. You got to be there for Will and for Paul, and you just, as long as it takes.
I just don't get, every time I have a chance at happiness in my life, I feel like terrible things happen to the people I love.
Man, tell me about it.
Brady, do you think I want to hurt Paul?
That's exactly what you're doing.
So then is it better that I just lie to him?
No, I think it might be better for you in this instance to put his feelings and concerns over your own. How about that?
I don't want to make things any worse for him.
Good, then don't. Then don't. What are you going to do, Will? I mean, how do you see this conversation going? Gee, hey, Paul, thanks so much for saving my mother's life and falling out of that window and nearly killing yourself. Oh, by the way, I got my memory back. So see ya. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on
Brady,
the way
come
out.
on, you know it's not like that.
Then what is it like? How do you see it going? You gonna sit by his bedside and let him down easy, and he's gonna be okay with it and say, hey, no hard feelings? I got news for you, Will. It's not gonna go that way. There's only so much a man can take. Sonny used him when he thought that you were dead, but the minute he realized that you were alive, you know what he did? He dumped
No,
Paul.
that's not true.
It is. He literally left their wedding to go looking for you, Will. That's exactly what happened. You're doing the same damn thing. You know what Paul is? Paul's a placeholder for you, for when you got your memory back.
I
That's how it
loved
happens.
him.
You love him.
I didn't. How was I? I didn't know.
I
my
want
memory
you
was
to be
gonna come
careful
back.
about using the word love. I don't think you know what that means, because to me, it doesn't seem like you give a damn about Paul. You and Sonny seem to want what you want, and you don't care about anybody else. Well, I care about my brother because he's in a bed and he's fighting for his life. He can't fight for himself, so I'm going to fight. I'm not going to let you and Sonny treat him this way.
Whatever happens between Will and me, I'm just happy that Ari has her daddy back.
I mean, I guess that is ultimately your job, right? Make your children feel safe and loved.
I heard you took Thomas to the lake today.
Yeah, I did.
That must have been great. I know you've been missing him.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a ton of fun. We could swimming and grilled. It's just this, still just this cloud kind of hanging over us,
With Abigail and the pregnancy.
Yeah, it's just I'd love to be able to spend the day as a family. But no matter how hard I try, I just can't. I can't get the idea that she's carrying Stefan's child on my mind.
So, that's not getting any easier?
No, I spoke with Gabby about it. She brought up, that she was in a similar situation with Lonnie carrying Eli's child.
What'd she say?
She said that ultimately she couldn't get over the pain and the anger and broke them up.
That was different.
Yeah, no, of course it was different, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to... Doesn't mean... I don't know how the hell I'm going to be able to accept that baby.
Jen, you can't compare your situation to Gabby's.
Yeah, well, I know that they weren't married.
And they didn't have a child. Abigail didn't cheat on you. At least not on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't her with Stefan.
I know, and it all makes sense. All right, and she was sick, and I know it wasn't her fault.
Okay, so why not try and get past it?
Oh, yeah, I have tried. All right, I've tried. All right, but I don't know how to be with Abby, and I don't know how to help her raise that child without feel like I am getting stabbed in the gut over and over and over and over and over again. All right, because every time I see that baby, it's going to be a constant reminder of one of the worst days of my life.
I understand that, okay? But I believe that your love is stronger than that.
Stronger than what? My hate for Stefan? What if I take my resentment out on that kid?
No, you would never do that.
I don't know.
It's still raw right now, that's all. You have time. You don't have to decide the rest of your life today. It's not all or nothing.
Abby does want me to spend more time with her and Thomas. Oh.
Okay, so try it. Okay? And whatever you decide to do in the end, I'm not going to judge you. But I will judge you if you give up.
given up.
Well, that's good. Chad, things are gonna get better. You gotta trust me. I mean, look at me and Will. I never stopped loving him. And now we have a second chance at spending the rest of our lives together.
The nurse said Paul is still unconscious, and they're gonna run some more tests on him.
He does not deserve this.
So why are you doing this then?
I told you already.
I think that you need to think about how you're going to handle this before you run in there and tell Paul that you're going to dump him. Really think long and hard about what you're doing.
I have thought about it.
Will, you had your memory back, what, a day? You consider that a long, hard thought process? I mean, really?
I know how I feel. And I know what I want.
It's not all about what you want. I know you know what you want. Here's what I want. I would love for you to take some time and think about how amazing Paul is. I want you to take some time and think about how protective he was when you first came into town, when you couldn't remember anybody or anything about it. Why don't you think about how many times he's had his heart crushed? And especially about what he's just been through. But most importantly, I want you to consider not crushing his heart one more time.
Hey, what are you doing here? I told you I'd call you if I had any news.
I know, but I'm not just worried about Paul. I'm worried about you.
I'm fine. I mean, he's still unconscious, and we won't know the extent of the neurological damage until he wakes up. So
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be here.
No. You shouldn't be alone right now, okay? I can't pretend to know what you're going through right now. But we're together now, okay? I will always be here for you.